Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to talk a little bit about Arabian Nights. I actually bought an Arabian Nights card, and I will tell you why I think it's one of the most awesome Arabian Nights cards out there. I love this card. I will also talk about the rest of my Arabian Nights cards and the fact that you need to focus if you actually want to complete a collection. And I think a lot of people asked me after almost completing my unlimited set, after walking into a wall trying to get more Antiquities Artist proofs, what my next focus will be. And I always say, folks, it's probably going to be Arabian Nights, because it has been Arabian Nights for quite a while. And I've seen some interesting movement. And for a very funny reason, Arabian Nights kind of is overlooked a little bit, despite the fact that a lot of cards have gotten a lot more expensive, which is very, very interesting. Gonna have a look at the card I bought, gonna have a look at the rest of my Arabian Nights collection and see what the basis of my focus on Arabian Nights is to hopefully maybe complete a set in the foreseeable future. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about the strange prices for some of the Arabian Nights cards. I bought an Island Fish Chescunius, and we're going to have a look at this one. I bought this as I buy all, let's say 99% of my vintage cards from 3-for-1 trading. This one was classified as, I believe, excellent, which normally stands for a really, really good condition when it comes to 3-for-1 trading in Austria. I love them. They are good guys. Don't have a big personal connection, but every time I want to trade in something, they are very friendly, very helpful. They give you a fair price, and every time I buy something, it's real, which is very important. And the condition of the card normally matches the card, the actual condition of the card as well, the mentioned condition of the card, which is very, very good. In this case, and this was a card for, I think, 30 bucks. I'm not sure. And it was classified, I think, even better. Like, now I think excellent is already very, very high for 3-for-1 trading, but I believe it actually was near mint. It was almost the best condition it could be. And I have to say, this corner down here, and I didn't complain. I should have maybe, but this corner down here kind of is bent. And to me, that's not a near mint card. And that was, I think, the case because they, for the first time, didn't sleeve every single card. They just threw all the cards in like one big package and sent it over. And I don't know if a new guy did this or whatever, but I think the corner got ruined because of that. And up here, this is not near mint to me. This corner here is not near mint to me. This corner down here actually is not near mint to me. And we can even get it out of the sleeve, then you see what I mean better. See this? So, and this one was like completely bent over, and I fixed it a little bit and it was easily fixed. But yeah, you can see this is definitely not a near mint card. Surface, yes. Near mint, almost. And the surface on the front as well, but the surface on the back, or the corners, I mean, not. You can be difficult for, it's one of the first times I wasn't very happy with 3-for-1 trading, and it's not a high-end card, so I kept it. Why did I keep the Island Fish Chescunius? I love the Chescunius. It was a running gag between me and my mates in our store in the first days. I actually started with a revised one. It was pretty strong with 6-8. And you must pay 3 during your untap phase to untap Island Fish. Island Fish cannot attack unless opponent has islands in play. Island Fish is destroyed immediately if at any time you have no islands in play. So as a blocker even, it was kind of good. 6-8 for 7 mana. If you didn't have big creatures back then, it even with an unstable mutation could keep a force of nature at bay. So that was kind of cool. And of course, with blue, I think Phantasmal Terrain it's called, you can make islands out of normal lands, and you could even give your opponent an island and you could hit it with the Island Fish Chescunius. But I really, really like Jesper Meerforce's artwork as well. I think the Island Fish is very iconic, one of the most iconic creatures in Magic the Gathering. I love the sunset. I love like the trees and such on the Island Fish itself. I think it's It's absolutely iconic card, and I love the Arabian Nights version. Super cool. Back in the day as well was, I don't know if a lot of you have this, but every Arabian Nights cards, even back in the day, was kind of special. I had, and I still have, some of those old Arabian Nights cards I had back in the day, and simply because of that symbol, they were valuable to me. I know that a card like Desert Nomads probably is only a couple of bucks, but even the Arabian Nights commons are very, very sought after and difficult to get. This little scimitar symbol is something that makes a card special to me. I hear Rudy talk about that a lot as well. He has the same feeling about Arabian Nights. And everybody knows Antiquities is my preferred set because it's my favorite set flavor-wise and ever. But Arabian Nights, together with Unlimited, is a very, very close second and third. So yes, Arabian Nights symbol to me is very important. I got an island fish, folks, for 30 bucks. that is my vintage vintage acquisition of the day. Do you like my playmat, by the way? Got this from Anson, and I think it's lovely. I really, really like it. He signed it, which is very, very cool, but also I really love the art of the playmat and the overall look and feel. It makes everything a little bit darker, right? So that's kind of cool. Let's have a look. Arabian Nights prices are interesting. There are a couple of cards that are above 1,000, close to 2,000 bucks. If you want to get a near mint one, which is the most difficult thing for Arabian Nights, you can get cards a lot cheaper if they are not near mint. But near mint Arabian Night cards command a premium, especially if they're created. Obviously, we got the Bazaar of Baghdad, which I do not have, but which is a card around 2,000 bucks worth now. We got the Juzum Jin, which I think is about 1,700 bucks. I believe the Library of Alexandria, I've recently seen it go for around 2,000 bucks as well. It has been around 1,000 for the longest time, which to me is very strange because to me it's the Power 10. I think it's the best card after the Power 9. Always has been one of my all-time favorite cards. We're going to see that one later in the pile. But that seems to be very, very expensive nowadays, and I missed that kind of. So that's a kind of a price development. Same goes for the Bazaar of Baghdad, which has been around 1,500, which easily climbs up to about 2,000 at the moment. These are the most important and most expensive ones. Then you got a Guardian Beast in very, very good condition, can ask 1,000 bucks as well. And then you got cards like City of Brass, weirdly enough, which has been reprinted a lot of times, but still in Arabian Nights is around 800 bucks if you want to get a really good condition one. And then of course you got cards as like Ali from Cairo and Old Man of the Sea and Island of Wak Wak and these kind of cards. A lot of expensive and very, very iconic cards in Arabian Nights, but keep a look at the prices. Arabian Nights is climbing slowly but steadily price-wise. I got a couple of Arabian Nights cards, and this is going to be my basis for my collection and trying to get an Arabian Nights set. There are a lot of easy, achievable cards like this, which probably will give me a lot of pleasure to collect, because I can get a card here and there for about 10 to 30 bucks, which is very good. I luckily have a couple of the heavy hitters, but I still have to get the Bazaar of Baghdad as well as the Juzum Jin out of the way, but we'll see about that. Got a nice playset here, as you can see. Signed by Drew Tucker. Very, very cool. Her Jekyll, not the most high-end card, but I really kind of loved this card, and I loved that Drew signed it for me. For the rest, actually got a very, very good condition of the Serendip Ifrit, which I traded for most of my, with 3-for-1 trading actually, for most of my high-end Flesh and Blood cards. I don't really play Flesh and Blood anymore, so I traded them in and I got like store credit of about 500 bucks, and back then this one near mint was about 500 bucks, and I thought like, yeah, let's get it. Really, really cool card in my opinion. Cards like Fish Liver Oil, Unstable Mutation. Hey, I got a Dandan here. I actually got a playset. Very, very nice. Also signed by Drew Tucker. Very cool card. And since the Dandan format and the Dandan commander deck Very popular card. Cardboard Tutor, what do you think of these Dandans here? Do you like them? If you watch us, and if you watch Cardboard Tutor, he's very much into Dandans. I think he has a lot. Let me know in the comments what you think about my signed Dandans here by Drew Tucker. Camel, one of my first Arabian Nights cards, because it's not worth anything. It's not really good, but it's very flavorful, and it was a card I actually got back in the day. Army of Allah, pretty cool card as well. +2 for all attacking creatures. They don't even have to be a certain color. It just goes for your whole army. Not a bad card, even back in the day, of course. Island of Wakwak, I would say light play to good. I believe this has gotten quite expensive as well. I got a couple of deserts. This is an oasis, of course. This is not a desert. Couple of deserts here. I believe, yes, here I do have the desert with the Bedouin fire. You got normally deserts like this, and then you got one desert. There's a little white dot here. Can you see it? And that little white dot on the dune is seen as a Bedouin fire, and all the other deserts do not have it. So this is a little bit more rare. You can encounter it pretty easily still, but yeah. Not that it commands a really high price, but it's good to have. I luckily had 4, and one of them was the desert with the campfire on it, or the Bedouin fire, how you want to call it. Urg Raiders, I still have to get myself a couple of more Urgies. Because they are pretty good, I think, if you do not attack, but one colorless and one black for 2/3, and you have to attack every round. But for the rest, yeah, I think it's a very strong card, and obviously it has been reprinted, but okay. The Ogress, I believe these are 2 different versions. Yes, light mana symbol, dark mana symbol, or something like that. No, oh, here. Dark symbol, light symbol. See the difference? Yes. And then we got 2 libraries of Alexandria, both of them in excellent condition. One has a little flaw, unfortunately, but yeah, it is what it is. Has scratches on the back, intentional scratches. But for the rest, very, very awesome, very good condition cards here. Especially this one. I think this is the one with the scratches on the back, and for the rest, it's near mint. Shame, but it is what it is. Elephant Graveyard, very cool card, I think, personally, because it doesn't come into play tapped. It gives you a colorless mana, and it does something cool. In this case, regenerate an elephant on Mammoth. And then, yeah, I think Drop of Honey is kind of worth mentioning as well, because it's a couple of $100. Has dropped a lot. The drop has dropped, but on the other hand, I think it was about $800 at a certain point, and I think it's now, it was down to 400, 300, 400, and now it's 500, 600 again. Sandstorm, this is, I think, one of my oldest cards I have in my collection. This is, I think I have that since the first week I've been playing Magic the Gathering, and I've been playing since launch. So I got this from somebody, and I was fascinated because that was the first time, together with the dark card I got from, I think, the same person. The first time I saw that there are different sets, and that set I didn't encounter at all in our LGS for a very long time. And the dark I saw a little more often, but that's what makes Arabian Nights very, very special to me, because it seemed so rare back in the day, and it apparently is and was. A couple of common cards here, maybe interesting. Got a nice playset of Ali of Kairos, which is very, very cool. Got a nice playset, because I played that, and it's part of my vintage deck, Guardian Beasts. And one of my all-time favorites is the Old Man of the Sea, which, to me, strangely enough, never has gotten really that expensive, despite the fact that I think it's one of the most iconic, most cool Magic the Gathering cards ever. And it is a rare card, which for Arabian Nights means that it is printed the least amount on the print sheet. So yeah, I think it sets you back like $300 still, but for the rest, yeah, I would say, to me, that's in line with the Guardian Beast and the Ali from Cairo and some other heavy hitters. But yeah, see if we can get a nice thumbnail here with the 2 playsets. Maybe that's cool. Then we can talk easily about Arabian Nights. Yeah, that should be nice like this. Let's see if we can get the Ali a little bit more visible. Not bad, not bad. All right, folks. I talked longer about Arabian Nights than I wanted to today, but still, I think you get the point. Cards like this make me happy. I'm gonna acquire more cards like this. And if Arabian Nights is the set that interests me the most, because there simply is the opportunity for me to get a couple of cards I still miss for a fair low price. And I can keep hunting and collecting and loving these old cards, then so be it. So my focus might be on Arabian Nights, together with, of course, Winter Orb for my Unlimited set to complete it, as well as Antiquities Artist Proofs. I hope you liked this video. I hope you liked my little insights on the price development of Arabian Nights. Don't overlook Arabian Nights. In my opinion, it's a very, very good opportunity at the moment. Antiquities, Arabian Nights, cards like this, cards like the Guardian Beast, Library of Alexandria, even cards like the Elephant Graveyard for 150 bucks a piece. This is a rare card as well in Arabian Nights, which means it has been printed the lowest amount on the print sheet, which I think for Arabian Nights is about 20,700. Sometimes I mess these numbers up. Normally I know, but I think it's that for Arabian Nights. So there are not a lot of these cards out there, you know. So library, I think it's even a bit more, but yeah, the Elephant Graveyard, Guardian Beast, and Old Man, and so on and so on. The Jescunius, awesome card. Get yourself an Island Fish Jescunius. I love it. Great art by Jesper, sorry. Stay healthy, folks. Stay frosty. Let me know in the comments what you think about my focus. And I think my focus is very good at the moment. I hope you agree. Let me know what you focus on at the moment, because I hear a lot of you guys telling me I'm getting into this as well, and I'm trying to get cards from this set and so on. So that's very interesting. Again, stay healthy, stay frosty. Thanks a lot for listening. I'll talk to you next time. Bye, folks.